Howdy, friends and floorheads. Episode 51, if you watched it, was very short because you lost about an hour's worth of play, and it really bums us all out because it was a really good hour of play. Where it cuts off is just as they hear some noises and come across two young halflings who seem to be frantically trying to pick up some ore ingot that has been spilled all over the forest floor. And they quickly find out that these two have been transporting via a wagon this iron ingot as part of a trade with a town village that's to the northwest. And they're bringing it to a place they called Root Home, which we quickly find out is a halfling village in a tree. So befriending these two, though we should note that there is a halfling in the party who's pretty skeptical about these two, they lead them to this root home, and it is quite a spectacle. It is a tree that is close to 100 yards in diameter at the trunk, and looking up, it is maybe 60 stories tall, full of leaves. The branches are sporting different buildings that are being connected with bridges. Imagine like Ewok Village. In the conversations that they had with our two young friends, they have learned that this village has been around for a long time. Everyone there is a halfling, though there's talk of this one human that lives there who is a minstrel who's the two brothers are not very fond of. And where we left off is them seeing the tree. We'll go to opening credits and then let's see what's going to happen.
A band of heroes bold stand the hunt of a silver, with tales of glory told, Osric with his mighty blade, rustlight of demonic hue, and silver half of merchant king, their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Raven's land they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams, with courage as their banner and hearts forever true.
So the morning of Spring Wane 41, and you have loaded all of this iron ingot. In fact, Brevin was caught counting to make sure that we loaded all. A little bit of fear that potentially some of them have been lost and maybe borrowed by you, but you guys, of course, are honorable, and that was not the case. Loaded it into Stormcloud's cart and navigated through this forest that got more and more dense until it wasn't. And now that you are standing there, you have found, by the way, the broken cart. We still have not found Pony, who was taking the cart, but it's pretty obvious that Pony took off and all of this broke. Or maybe you did find him grazing.
I thought we did. Yeah, we did find Pony.
You did. You did. But now, the only thing I can imagine the four of you are awestruck. There's no question you've never seen a tree this size, let alone a tree that has been purposed to house an entire village of halflings. It's about 100 yards in front of you. The clearing is huge. Hardly any sun makes it through cleanly because of the canopy that this tree leaves. There's a good 30 feet between the base of the trunk and the beginnings of the branches. From where you're standing, you can see two buildings that seem to be built on, in, and around the roots at the very base of this trunk. There's a one-story building more towards the right side of the trunk. When I say built in, they're freestanding buildings, but they're also integrated in with the root system. In fact, if you look closely at the building on the right, you'll notice that there's a stream that seems to be running through the bottom of the building. So it seems to run into the building and out of the building. The black smoke coming up from that makes me wonder if it's smelting, blacksmith, something along those lines. And then on the right-hand side, at the very right-hand side, there's two main features. There's this pretty good sized two-story uh, building that also has smoke coming out of it, but this looks more like a fireplace type thing, or cooking maybe. And then a thick rope that runs from the canopy all the way down the side of the trunk to the base next to that building on the left. And at the end of that rope is a huge cage. Imagine like a tall, like 6 foot tall bird cage. Attached to that rope could easily carry one or two people. So that might be elevator up and down. Brevin looks up at the four of you and goes, "You've never seen anything like this, have you?"
I
certainly
definitely
not.
have not.
It's
Okay.
awesome.
This place is great. This place is great. Well, we should probably tell him. No, I know, Askin. Fine. Okay. So that's where Paul works. And he's kind of pointing to that building off to the right. That's where Paul takes the iron, turns it into all kinds of tools and things. We've been trading it with Moonshire up there to the northwest. That's where we're coming from. They give us the raw ingot. We give them the stuff Pa makes it back and forth. Sometimes they like some of Mom's bread. And then over here, pointing to the two-story building, that's the inn. That's where Ma runs things. We got like, it's kind of your typical inn. It's got like a tavern that Ma runs, and we feed visitors that come through. And then he points up, he goes, "That's where everybody lives."
Greg, are these buildings like halfling sized?
So from where you are, I think Sylvan Osric might have to lean down a little bit to get in there. It looks like the inn is not halfling sized.
Okay.
And the cage
Right.
is a good 6 foot, which again, Sylvan Osric might feel a little cramped getting into it.
Yeah, my wonder is just like looks like a place that the halflings built rather than some existing thing that they have kind of occupied.
More than likely, right?
Okay.
And keeping in mind, the only thing that we really see built is this cage and these two buildings.
Yeah. I mean, presumably there's stuff up there that we can't really see.
There is, but the one thing I'll think you would notice, Sten, as you're kind of scouting this out, is they keep talking about lots of halflings. This is our village and things like that. You're not seeing a ton of buildings up there. You're seeing just a handful. I think there might be a reasonable expectation that multiple families, would live up there, and they might. You don't see where.
I think Sten is probably assuming they like live in holes in the trunk or something, like termites.
Like termites.
I don't say that out loud.
But definitely thinking it.
So Bevan turns to you, Vasilla, and he goes, I think we should give Pa the ingots first.
Yeah.
And then we can go to Ma's, and I'm sure Ma will feed you.
Yeah. Get the pony taken care of. I think that's probably best. The giant ones eat a lot.
So Askin goes over, speaking of Pony, and grabs Pony, and as he goes off to the right, you figure that maybe around the other side of Pa's little blacksmith shop there, maybe there's some stables, because that seems to be where he's taking Pony. So you approach, and as you get closer to Pa's workshop, you can smell it. It's that blacksmith smell. The very high heat, the smelting smell that comes from it, that deep, dark, black smoke. You can see that the river is lazy that seems to be running under the building itself. There's a small little kind of makeshift footbridge, and me too, Z. Z says we look pretty stable. At least the stream does. Takes you over this, and I know I keep emphasizing this, but as you're getting closer to this tree, like the enormity, like you get closer to it and you can't see both sides of it anymore. It's so large. And he takes you up to the front, and Brevin goes, just wait here a second.
Okay. Stop Thundercloud.
Mhm.
And he runs in. About maybe 20, 30 seconds later, he pops out. And behind him, about a half a head taller, is an older halfling. I'm sure at some point he's had a lot more hair.
Haven't we all?
He's pretty broad-shouldered, not only for a halfling, but for an old man. And he's got a hammer in his right hand. He's got very, very thick leather glove on his left hand. He's got a thick leather smock on, enlarged ears, a bulbous nose, just creases and cracks all through his skin. And you can tell he's trying to kind of focus his eyes as he looks up, and he goes, well, introduce yourselves.
Oh, of course. I am Sylvador, merchant on the road, and these are my traveling companions. This is Vasilla.
Sir.
This is Sten.
Good to meet you.
And this is Osric.
Well met.
Huh. And he kind of like gives you a side eye, a little Vasilla. Interesting mix.
Yes, we are quite the bunch of characters, aren't we?
Half elf.
Indeed, on my mother's side.
Huh.
I'm caught on that quick.
You're tall.
Well, thank you. We came across your boys in the woods and recovered as much of the iron ingot as we could find.
The boy says you're honest,
Well, we tried.
but that's what a liar would say.
Wait, are you saying your boy is a liar? Because he's the
I'm
one
saying
that told you
that's if you were lying to my boy, he ain't the highest pike in the forge, is what I'm saying. So I just I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
And
Completely understood.
he kind of looks you up and down, Silva, and goes, "You need some stew.
I would love some stew.
You need to put some meat on those bones. It can get cold.
Less than
You
you
guys-
might think.
If you want to trade anything, or I got swords and shoes for whatever that is," and he's pointing to Thundercloud. But that sure as hell ain't no pony. You just come by here and I'll give you the my son brought you discount.
Well, I very much like to come to any kind of arrangement. I'm sure there are many things we can provide each other.
He turns to his son and he goes, "You didn't make them no promises, did you?" Nope, no, Dad, didn't make no promises.
He did not.
All right. Ma's
Except
gotta
that
check-
we'd get a warm welcome, which it seems like we have.
You'll get that from Ma.
Is there something we should call you, sir? I feel a little odd calling you Pa.
Everybody calls me Pa.
All right.
Understood,
then.
Pa.
Just don't call me late for dinner. Kind of jostles his son. Askin comes running around the corner and runs up to you, Silva, and goes, "I can put your pony in the stable."
Yes, of course. Let me. I can give you a hand with that. Let me.
So you go with him and comes around, and you see there might be close to 24 ponies that are
Wow.
in stalls on kind of the around the corner on this tree. And again, real obvious why you couldn't see them as you were walking up, just again by the size of the trunk of this tree. And he makes it very clear to you, you can keep your cart here, just cover it, no one's going to touch it. Everybody here's good. Pa makes sure that nothing crazy, and the only people that get to stick around are the people that Ma likes, and Ma's got a good judge of character, yada yada yada.
Good.
What are the three of you doing while we have Silva run off with Askin to take care of Thundercloud?
I mean, Sten's not shy or tactful, so he'd probably just ask Brevin. So, where's everybody else? Sounded like he had a good sized village here.
Oh, we do. So he points up there. He goes, got a couple shops up there. Burno's shop. Burno's a jerk. He's only got one eye. Don't trust people with one eye. And then up there, old man Smithy. She sells. She can make you a blanket. She makes good blankets. And
Wait. She's a she, and you call her old man?
Old May.
May. Sorry, that makes more sense.
My dad's ears. And then he points to a place you can't see. You really can't see it, but that's when you get inside Root Home. And that's where all of us live.
Oh.
Now Cornelius, he passes out down here, and he points to the bottom of the trunk by the inn. So sometimes he sleeps there.
Passes out, huh?
He likes Mom's ale a lot.
Yeah, and remind me, Craig, Cornelius was like the lone human that lives here.
That's the human minstrel, correct?
So I think I will just kind of lean over to Osric and say very quietly, like termites.
Oh, jeez.
So about that time, I think Silva and Askin come back around. Askin says to his brother, he goes, I get to introduce them to Ma. You got to introduce them to Pa. Eye roll from Brevin. And they walk you over to this inn. As you start to get closer to it, definitely answers the one question you've asked, which is halfling sized, human sized, definitely human sized. Built to accommodate. Pretty good sized building too. There would be enough room for there be definitely a tavern in at the bottom with even room for a kitchen probably. And I would imagine at least a handful of rooms up top if in fact is an inn. But what almost makes you pause is what fills your nostrils. My God, that smells really good. Like your feet get a little lighter. And all that dried food that you've been eating for these last couple days, you can almost just taste the fresh food. And on cue, Askin goes, they smell Ma stew. They always look like that the first time they smell Ma stew.
That smells pretty good.
Takes you to the front. And there's a huge wooden sign on the door itself that says welcome. And Askin pushes his brother to the side, and he's the one that's going to open the door. And he opens the door and he goes, Ma, we're back. We brought friends. And as you kind of pour into this place, pretty decent fire and fireplace off to the back right. And it warms the whole room, not just by heat, but by color too. There's a handful, maybe 3 or 4 tables, different sized chairs, a built-in nice tavern bar that stretches on the left-hand side. And behind it is a woman, halfling woman, who looks like the years have treated her better than maybe her husband's has. It would also appear she's a fan of the stew. And she also has an apron. And one of those faces that you just see them and it just makes you smile. You look nice. You look like a nice person. Various halflings sitting there. All eyes turn to the 4 of you. Over by the fire, sitting on the floor, seems to be either tuning or messing around. No music's coming from it, but there's a kind of a lanky, thin man with a blonde, like long blonde pointed beard that's waxed, and kind of this fancy felt hat on his head. He doesn't look up when you come in, and he's just messing with his lute. No music is playing. And fire doesn't heat the outside, Ma says. Close the door.
I'll close the door. Sorry about that, ma'am. It's just smells amazing in here.
All right. Asking Brevin, who are they? Mom, you're not going to believe this. We were coming back from Moonshire. We had all the ingot that Dad told us, or that Pa told us to get. Brevin scared Pony. I did not scare Pony. Shut up. Pony takes off, breaks the wagon, ingot gets everywhere. And then they show up out of nowhere in the woods, and he was scared. I wasn't. And they're super nice. They helped us pick up all of Pa's ingots. They put it into their, it's a big wagon. They got this weird pony and took us all through the forest. I showed them the trail and okay. Brevin, we gotta tighten up our stories. So,
They call it
tighten up our
brevity.
yeah.
You have to excuse him.
At least I owe you an ale. So please.
Much obliged,
thank you.
man.
Who is the highest scouting?
I'm
Almost
guessing it's
certainly.
probably me.
Probably.
Scouting 2, wits 4.
I'm at my wit's end. So
Let's do it.
So you're rolling?
Yeah.
Can I use the
Alright.
spyglass?
No.
Oh man, oh.
That would get a look. You can't take off the helmet though.
Yeah, very important.
Hey, we're consistent from
Right.
last week.
Okay.
No, I
That
feel
was-
safe here. I'm not pushing it.
Yeah, there's some extra details. Obviously, the successes would have given you. But
My eyes are still adapting to them.
yeah, here's what's not happening. The hairs on the back of your neck are not standing up. You feel the muscles relax a little bit in your body.
Mhm.
There's a warmth here that I don't think you have felt maybe until like your third night with the Raven Sister camp, where you finally felt comfortable and safe there. So the ales are ready by the time you hit the bar.
I'll get out a little bit of money and tip her anyway.
Da, da,
Say,
da, 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 da.
well, that's for
can-
the.
If you guys stay tonight or a couple nights, we'll figure out something. But
Okay.
you at least a pint of ale on me.
Thank you.
Thank-
Could we have some of that delicious smelling stew? These fools have been eating my cooking for months now, and I'm not as good as you by any means.
You're a little skinny for a halfling, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, do a lot of walking.
This one I understand, and she kind of points up and down on Silva.
Silva's like halfway down the ale at that point while she's getting pointed at. She's not zero mind. She is in the drink.
Brevin asking, go back into the kitchen. Tell Nook we need four stews.
And I will kind of hold up my mug and just kind of, well, to your health then.
This morning I needed it. There's a fifth one which she's drinking with you.
Excellent.
So, over the last year or two, we've been getting more and more visitors, and I got to ask the question.
Yep.
What's your story? Where'd you come from? How'd you meet?
Well, we're all from a town a little while north of here, and when the mist fell, we got to having some itchy feet, and then we're just walking, going southwards for now.
From the Hollows?
Up past the hollows.
Okay. But you're saying north of the Hollows?
Yeah.
I don't know if we've gotten people from that far up north.
Yeah. Hollows. Have you been to the hollows?
I haven't. No, we've had some Hollows, people from the Hollows come here. We've had people passing through from the Hollows. Kind kind of like Moonshire, kind of a weird place.
It's a weird place.
Yeah.
But good people. I hear the ale is real good there.
Yeah, it's fine. This is
Pretty good.
better.
Well, it was. Things change.
But yeah,
Just
so we just
just
went on our
wandering?
way.
just wandering around.
Not specifically wandering around. We're a little bit of wandering. So we run into this here is our trader. She's the one that wants to figure out the trade routes and what towns are good and make partnerships. He's the muscle. He's the old one. And I'm here to keep everyone fed and entertained.
So she turns to you, Silva, and she goes, at some point, you're going to want to go up the tree and talk to Burno. I'm sure he's got stuff you'd want. And I'm sure you got stuff he'd want.
I can only imagine.
He's cantankerous, and he's going to try to talk you down on stuff and tell you your stuff is garbage, but he'll do you a favor and stuff. Just go through it. That's the game for him. It matters more than the money.
Yes, yes. I've been dealing with cantankerous for several weeks now. I can
Yeah.
handle it a little bit more. Oh,
He's only
we lost our
only got-
cantankerous.
he's only got the one eye. Just try not to stare at it. He's a little self-conscious about it.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, man, now I'm
Um,
gonna stare at it, Craig.
Now, I hope you don't mind me asking, and almost like a by music cue, our Cornelius, who we assume is Cornelius, starts to play. You all seemed armed a little more than just for wandering.
It's dangerous out there.
He's got this one here. Got a lot of armor on him and lots of sharp stuff. And
Yeah. It's dangerous out there. Having your other travelers run into all kinds of beasts and scary folk.
yeah, and the slaving's starting again.
Mm.
So just mind that. There's people getting taken off the road all the time.
So
The orcs
weird.
seem to be quite active.
What? I'm sorry.
The orcs seem to be quite active as well.
Yeah, they've been keeping mostly east. Heard they took over some old castle thing of the elves and stuff. We see them come by here every once in a while. Their copper is just as good as anybody else's, and if I can kind of be careful about how much they take, they're not any worse than them. And he kind of like vaguely gestures towards the three humans in the building.
Do you
You ever run
have you had
into
much
ever into run?
go ahead. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's all right. You ever run into any of those Rust brothers?
We've had a couple come through. And I'll pour them a drink or give them a bowl, but they don't have rooms. We're full. It's really weird. We are full every time they come. Not a room to rent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
weird.
Hem is my witness. I don't get involved in all that. I know what I believe, and what others believe is what others believe. They do what they're going to do. They seem a little, like one horseshoe loose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't been much trouble. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I've heard lots of stories though that
Yeah, they
they're a
haven't-
bad kin.
They haven't tried to, force residence or anything. Tried to make themselves at home.
No, and I'll tell you what's real weird is during the mist they'd come by too, and I don't know how they were traveling in the mist, but they would come by even when the mist was down. And now occasionally we get a wolfkin by, but every new wolfkin could travel in the mist. But I mean, you're humans, and they would tell me they're protected by rust. And okay, and I'll be honest with you, like if they ever tried to start something between Pa and Gostrin, we'd be done with them pretty quick anyway.
Yeah, met Pa outside. He warm smile and a strong right arm.
He's been a good partner.
Good. Yeah, it's
And you lose any argument you win with him, just so you know.
He holds on to it for a while, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, He'll remind you.
Yeah, my pa was the same way.
Instead, as kind of the conversations continues, I don't know if Brevin tripped, but something caused somebody to make a noise out by the door of the kitchen, and you see Askin and Brevin coming out, and they've got these bowls, steam coming off the bowls. You kind of look into the kitchen a little bit, and another halfling is back there. And you see them kind of walk past the door. And the only thing that's odd is they seem to be covered head to toe. So got kind of like this leathery pointy hat, apron, all kinds of food stains all over the apron. But there seems to be kind of like a leather, almost like a leather veil covering their face. And it's got little eyelets there, big old spoon. Not acting weird or anything, just kind of cross paths, but nobody else was dressed like that. It just caught your eye. So, holy shit. Those bowls get slid in front of you. And it's chunks of potatoes and carrots and onions and maybe venison. It's hard to really tell, but not like little pieces, like big pieces the size of like Vasila's fist. And the broth that is in it's thick and it just sticks to every piece to the point where you don't really see the color of the potato or the carrot until you lift it and enough of it drips off the side. And oh my God, does it smell good?
Greg, you're making me hungry.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
Zero
hungry again.
hesitation. Silva's already.
And it matches the smell. It matches the smell, like just absolutely outstanding, perfectly seasoned. There's some flavors in there you don't recognize, but you already love them. Just outstanding. That's slow down, tall one. Nook will make more.
Just something.
No,
should
Nook,
just
is that
get
your
out on
chef?
the road.
Yeah, Nook's my daughter. She's I don't even go in the kitchen no more.
Well, compliments to dear Nook. She's quite good.
So she kind of leans over and she goes, "Hear that, Nook? Got 4 people really like that stew." And you see kind of a hand with a spoon show up and kind of wave. And that's all you see, and then the spoon disappears.
well, compliments to you for bringing up Nook so well. I'm sure she learned it from you.
I did show her a few things, but she surpassed me. Vasila, Cornelius is good. You're better, but good.
Naturally. Yeah.
And you get the sense that he is background music here. He's not featured entertainment, right? No one's here to see Cornelius. People are here for the stew and the ale, and Cornelius seems to be laying kind of some nice background music. Unless you have something to say, Ma kind of wanders, gets to tidying up and kind of doing her thing.
No, I think that's, small talk it up, be polite, but
Silva, you're tall. I think you probably have the best view of the place. I pointed out some things that are, again, not bad, just that's interesting to Sten. The one thing you notice is behind the bar. As Ma was walking across, you heard kind of her kick a piece of metal, which I think maybe caught your interest a little bit. And you kind of lean up and you see a large cellar door, like a floor cellar door. In and of itself, not strange. It's locked. Okay, that's not that strange. It's a good lock. I think that's the only thing that makes you go, huh, that's a pretty big lock. But not enough for you to go, what could be in there, right?
Good security.
Yeah, more than likely a root cellar. And maybe Ma's roots are things people want. I don't know.
So once Ma has wandered off, and what are the two kids doing? Asking Raven.
They're messing around, getting yelled at by Ma, told to clean this,
Okay.
and have you
Right.
cleaned out the ashes in the fireplace?
All
How
right.
about the pots upstairs? Just
Yeah.
being idiots.
So when they're away, I'm just gonna kind of lean over to Vasilla and like, did you get a look at that nook in the kitchen? She's all covered up. I'm not sure.
Well,
is that something your people do?
you you know how there's two sides to every coin. She's got two
I was
boys.
wondering about that myself.
She's got two boys. She said that's her daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's considered impolite to discuss it in my family.
Okay.
Well,
I just gotta
Yeah.
put my hand up and back off.
Yeah, I imagine that old nook isn't supposed to be seen around here.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we should trust these folks.
Based on what Craig
Instead,
said.
I look at you.
After we've eaten the stew, she says this.
Well, no one's that good.
I mean, we helped out of the kindness of our heart.
Yeah.
Not to take the counterpoint for no reason, but well, we can offer a little bit of trust, perhaps.
Well, it's your stuff, but we should at least get the scepter out of the cart.
Oh, you think I didn't grab it?
Go ahead and take the
Give a
damage
wink.
for me, if you would, Silver.
Of course I will.
And I assume that you have the clasp as well, Vasilla.
I have the clasp, yeah. Yeah, just
Agility and intelligence.
halflings are we get trained early to put on a happy face. There's a lot of rot through there too. But she has a daughter, covered as she is, so that's something.
As you're chit-chatting, Ma's yelling at the boys, and at one point, she's furnished them with these large baskets. And she says, tomorrow's the festival, and this place doesn't look ready. You boys were supposed to be back yesterday, so you got less time to get it ready. And you start to see them decorating, pulling things out of the baskets and putting stuff on the mantle of the fireplace. And it seems to be a series of these, for lack of a better word, these twig-bound like dolls. And they have flowers that are decorating to like be like hair and dresses and things like that. And they're kind of, putting them all over the place. And people made dolls for the kids at Oakenheart. And an effort would be made to make them look less like trees and twigs and more like people. That's not the case here. They're people shaped, but also still very twig and tree like at the same time.
A festival, you say? What are we celebrating?
Well, Hem, of course.
Oh,
The day before the full moon.
see, a lunar celebration.
Spring wane.
Right.
Is it
yes.
spring wane already?
How
You guys
time flies.
don't worship Hem?
Oh, I never
Not
heard of him
specifically,
until a week or two ago, I think.
And she kind of points towards where the tree is. She goes, who do you think we worship if we live here?
Well, I don't know much about him, honestly. I've only heard of Rust and Raven and a bunch of other idols I saw once.
You'll hear all kinds of arguments about it. I think everybody has their gods,
Yeah.
just as real for all people. But Hem touches the sky. Hen digs down to the dwarven earth. Hem brings the green and the flowers and the trees. And so every fifth or sixth month, no, fifth month, every fifth month on the 42nd, we like to go down to the temple and we just have a festival.
Nice.
And nobody prompted this. From the corner, you hear a man go, "And drink!"
Here, here.
Cornelius says, "And drink." We do like to drink.
Sounds like a wonderful holiday.
I look over him and say, like, does he always hear over his playing so well?
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by chat. Give me just 1 second. Someone said something very nice. NZ, thank you. That was very nice. I'm so glad that you got a chance to watch us live. And I'm glad you enjoyed Mothership. Go ahead.
Does he always hear over his playing so well? Or just when it comes to drink?
He likes my ale. But doesn't charge me nothing. He's the only one of them that I've let stay here.
Oh, wow.
Like-
That's saying something.
Like to keep it halfling.
You know, you're used to your kind.
But he's harmless. Him and the boys don't get along, but
Yeah, why not? Just too much fussing at him?
kind of my kid's fault.
Hmm.
They're always poking at him.
Yeah. Yeah, they, the two of them get going, don't they?
They do. They'll grow up. They'll be friends, then not friends, and then friends, and then you know how we are.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my sister and I were that way. It was a trying time for a year or so.
I'm sure. Older sister, younger sister?
Older. About 2 years older. Yeah. Yeah, my brother was, didn't get to stay around long.
She walks away from you.
Oh,
Doesn't say goodbye. Makes herself busy. She had a place to go.
Silva just kind of returns to her ale, just like,
Pulls out the popcorn.
Get impolite to talk about.
Yeah. Well, it's impolite to off half your fucking race because you're assholes.
Ooh. Getting dark.
Not gonna argue.
It's getting dark in this inn. Whew.
Whoa, it's warmth. What happened? Anyway, I'll grab my bowl and say, I'm just gonna go outside for a bit, and then I will make myself scarce to do something.
All right.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Anybody going with Vasilla? We're going to let her be.
She seems confident that she can handle it, and I know she's got resources, so I'm not gonna bother her.
Appreciate it, Oscar.
I probably am gonna just, as I'm getting full and finishing up the stew, I'll probably, just maybe pull one of the one of those chunks of meat apart and just see if I can tell if it is venison or.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, yeah, venison or something similar, right? Something from that family. Tastes just like venison that you would cook.
Okay.
Actually,
I have had plenty of venison in my day.
Yeah,
I'm sure it tastes better.
A lot better. So but there's nothing funny about it at all. Maybe cooked a little bit longer than you would have preferred. I don't know. But oh man, I don't know what they're doing in there, but whew, so good. Sticks to your ribs. I'll let an hour pass unless somebody wants to do something. Let's cut to Vasilla while you three are enjoying yourself in the inn. Step outside, Vasilla.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the wagon and grab my loot, and I'm just gonna walk off to I don't know, down by the river somewhere a little farther.
And I oversold it. It's more of a creek than a river, but yeah, I'm with you.
I'll set up a fishing line and just sit and doodle,
Just
to myself for a little while.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So cutting back inside, Let's go ahead and put it in the second quarter day here. So early afternoon. At some point she comes over. There's all kinds of small talk happening, and if you guys want information or ask something, let me know. But she says, so how long are we staying? You guys are welcome, by the way. And you, in the very distance, in the inn, you hear asking, go to Brevin. I told you she'd let him stay. Knew she'd like them.
How long will we stay?
I imagine, and just kind of looking at the other two, I imagine just a few days, maybe. I don't know.
That's good. I've got good beds upstairs. So what are folks from Oakenheart paying for a night in a good bed?
I
Are we
immediately
paying
turned to
for a bed?
Silva because she's our negotiator.
Oh man. don't even
I
have a
sleep in
frame
my
of
own
reference
bed
on
back
that,
there. But
right?
So the fact that Nate is looking it up in the book makes me love Nate so goddamn much right now as a gamer. Nate
I
is
know
my
the answer to
people.
this. I know the answer to this. Hold on.
Yeah. Could you please hand me the rulebook?
Let's see. 2 copper for a dorm versus 5 copper for separate rooms.
So you've got a sense of kind of the range there, Silva. So I'll let you answer the question.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to take up too much space between the 4 of us. If we could at least perhaps get a couple of rooms.
Well, I've got a big room, and we've got 3 beds there, and I could throw down a rug, you know. And she kind of looks over and she goes, "I think you might be the only one that'd be able to handle the rug." Pointing to you, Silva. I've also got 5 rooms up there.
Hmm.
So, like I said, like what are folks in Mokenheart usually paying for a room these days?
Depends on the room, but a nice establishment like this. I mean, for a dormitory situation, perhaps around 2 copper a night or so.
So you want the big room?
Gentlemen, what do we think?
All right, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, we can work with the large room. We have
Now,
our own bedding supplies as well.
And you said 2 copper.
Yes, 2 copper a night.
And how about with blankets? Just kind of
Most
nodding.
and find most rooms come with blankets and accommodations, but
Well, for 2 copper, I don't know about that. So with blankets,
blankets, yes. Now,
how much does a good dorm room in Oakenheart come with blankets? Can't be 2 copper.
see, I was never in Oakenheart, the home of my companions here. I spent a lot of my time at Amber's Peak with the horsemen, and they always charged a fair rate.
Oh, Amber's Peak. Well,
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
paying 2 copper for a room in Amber's Peak. And these are. Let me put it this way: when it rains, you don't know it in my rooms. I hear those Amber's Peak rooms get a little damp. So I didn't phrase the question right. Go get her some more stew.
We'd love to know what a fair price he is here in Root Home.
She does not acknowledge your speaking words. She is focused on Silva. So let's talk Amber's Peak. What's a good dorm room with blankets and no rain dripping on your face going forward these days?
Amber's Peak, very almost military style operation. They were even probably cheaper, as long as you were lending your services to the local cause. It perhaps didn't run more than a copper.
Right, but I've got goose feather,
Oh, goose feathers.
not stones like they do. I hear they got stones in those mattresses.
Oh, the stones are good for the back, of course, sometimes.
And
Good for the
she
posture.
loves the fact that you're playing along with her. You brought my boys back. You saved them a spanking from Pa. I think we say 3 copper for the lot of you. I think that's more than fair.
That sounds perfectly generous, and I'm
4
willing to
copper,
accept this
and I'll
offer.
cover, and I'll make sure you have breakfast and a pillow.
I am fond of a pillow.
Talk to me about the peddler skill set here? Do we have any like? Are we coming anywhere near a roll? Because she's not done. She's gonna have you at 2 silver if this keeps going.
Nothing. I mean, nothing specific, but like
There's
I
not
mean,
like a
with
haggling
manipulation.
skill.
Yeah, the best would be manipulation if I can,
Let's do that.
work her around.
Let's see if you can stop the bleeding because she's not done.
Mhm. She's trying to keep going up.
Oh yeah. All right, 2 successes will stop it. Is there a way that you kind of make it clear to her, like 3 coppers where we're gonna stay, and that's gonna include the pillows and the blankets and the rain out of my face.
We're talking about. We've also, wouldn't have your supply of iron for the week or the month or however long that's gonna last your dear Pa. If we hadn't found your boys, they could have come across someone quite nastier than us, and
We're
I
also
don't
out
mean to
of
bring that
pony.
as leverage.
It's a fine pony.
And Pony survived as well. Yes,
I
I'm quite happy to find Pony.
don't know if I'd say fine. It's a fine pony, but it's pony. You know what? You commit to 2 nights. Give me your 6 copper, and then we'll talk again.
I think we're quite happy to commit to at least 2 nights. This is very, very homely establishment, and we are looking for a little bit of comfort in our weary travels. Much appreciated.
So as you slide that 6 copper over to her,
Happily pass across 6 copper.
just offhandedly as she's walking away, and she goes, and for another copper, Askin will empty the bedpans too, and she just kind of throws that out as she doesn't ask for it. Let's cut back outside, Vasilla.
Yeah, after I calm myself down a little bit,
What got you excited? The interaction with talking about your brother.
yeah. So I imagine that the part that maybe was missed, when I came out of my catatonic state, like I think what happened is like one of the visions I had was about my brother, and like it's touchy at the best of times, and
Sure.
this is not in fact the best of times. So yeah, so like if, like, for instance, if I knew that there was a locked door with a very nice lock, I would assume that they've shoved all their goblins in there, and I will be breaking into it, like that kind of ready to take drastic action level. So I was just calming myself because, like,
Deep
my
breaths.
friends are happy and warm and nice, and wasn't my turn to like start fights with Ma.
Well, nobody molests you out there.
Well, that's good.
You can still smell the inn.
I think what I do come in. I think when I come in, I do come in with my loot with me, and a couple fish that I will say I have caught.
It's fine. Yep.
And just, are you 3 still loitering at the bar?
I think Sten is considering going out and getting a little hunting in while there's still good daylight.
'Cause you can't
Definitely
see
can
it.
spend a
know
quarter
if
day
I've
hunting
yet.
if that's what you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
you can't hear, so you can in fact see. Got it. So you need the light. Yeah, so I'll come on in and find you guys drinking and say, so are we staying? Are we going?
Yes, we've secured lodging for 2 nights. We have a dormitory of sorts for the 4 of us. We'll have to set up an extra cot, but that should be manageable between what Ma will be able to provide and our own bedroll.
Yeah, she tried to charge you for the bedpans.
Of course.
Yeah, old trick. Yeah.
I flip a copper and catch it back in my hand and
Trick.
put it back in the purse.
You didn't fall for the halfling bedpan bit, did you?
A classic if I've ever heard it.
3 years old, they taught me that one.
We don't talk about a lot, but you big ones pee a lot.
A lot of systems to flush out.
Yeah, why do you think the ale's so good?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So if we're staying for 2 days, what are you guys about? Because I happy to see at least one cloaked figure, but we'll see if there's more.
Yeah, I figured we spend some time, get ourselves in order, and get our muscles relaxed a little bit. And
Yeah,
see
we have a
what the
full
halflings have to offer.
full second quarter day here, so it sounds like Sten's going to spend it hunting. I'll let you guys think about what you want to do. So Sten, we are hunting in the forest.
I mean, I will ask if there are any particular areas they would recommend or stay away from. I don't know if she would know, but hopefully somebody locally.
So, yeah, she goes, I really don't know much. Go by the big rock over, and just like some random halfling in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Two clicks down the stream, you're gonna see a tree bent like this. Climb up there. You'll see stuff coming by all the time. Save some for me.
Thank you kindly. All
Do
right,
you
I'll
have any
give that
more
a shot.
that poison we gave, that concoction we gave to those orcs?
Asking for a friend.
Scylla.
Well, I thought I might like to learn how to improve on it. Maybe make it actually worthwhile.
I could probably dig some up.
All right, talk to me about second quarter day. We'll do Sten hunting.
I'm going to try to train in Poisoner as the talent.
Which, yeah, if Vasilla wants a vial of poison, I will happily dig one back out of my bag.
You don't have to you don't have to spend the willpower or whatever, because whatever, I'll deconstruct it or figure it out, or however you want to do it. But
does it? If you have a teacher, do you just spend the XP? No roll.
I think so, and you have to roll wits otherwise.
So let's do this. Let's have you kind of get, and you tell me if you're okay with this, Vasilla. But I'm imagining going to one of the corner tables, and you start kind of messing around with it, and kind of a middle-aged woman comes wandering by, and she goes, what are you up to over there?
Well, I'm point at those guys. I'm the doctor for these fine fellows, and we've run into some folks who are trying to use all kinds of tricks to poison and waylay him. He's strong, and they want to weaken him. So I gotta know how to take them apart, put them back together, antidotes. So,
and that's what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, I'm a doctor, and
she sits down. She goes, "It's not like that." And she starts moving stuff and talking to you about, you need a little bit of this. If you go over here and get that, and it's like she's going to teach you. So no roll needed.
All right, nice.
Just spend the XP.
Cool.
She's annoyed.
So nice to know that the cheery halflings have a poison expert.
Well,
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. Not
good to know she's in the bar too.
Not all of us are large and can stab people with swords and cut them with giant axes.
And you put a little bit of the lavender in there, and they don't smell it.
Oh yeah. I heard that's what he had the shits for 4 days.
It's an art. It's an art. All right, so let's open up Vasilla here.
So the first rank of a talent is 2.
Is that
3?
Is
3.
3.
And it's
Yeah,
and for
3 times the
skills,
next
it's
level.
rank times 5.
5.
It's new rank times 5. Yep.
Okay.
All right. This is a new professional talent or general talent. Poison.
It
general
is a
talent.
general talent.
All right. So you should now have it under your
Cool.
talents.
And
You
that cost me
do.
3. So I'm down to 18, 19 because I can do basic math. It's a skill I have.
How about Osric?
Oh, that's a tough call, Craig.
Want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. We can do.
Silva?
Yeah, I think I've got a pretty simple one. It's going to be everyone's classic, a favorite. Silva's going to level up Pack Rat. And the process of that is she's going to be going back to the cart, grabbing supplies like the bedrolls and stuff so we can set up our little dormitory, try to make it as comfortable as possible with whatever Ma provides. And then, yeah, like put the bag down, go through. Everything's gotten all out of order. God, on the road so long, just get all this packed back down.
I'm imagining Silva at one point you get it all. You put the cover down on it, and you kind of pick up the sack, to take it back in. Then about 4 steps away, you turn around. I can do better than this, and you put it back down. And you go back.
No.
Why was I carrying all these poisons?
Useless.
All right, Sten. Let's go ahead and let's do some hunting rolls here.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, one of the things that Stan has been planning to do is improve his Master of the Hunt talent. I'm
combine those
assuming
two.
I can't do that while you okay, you'll let me do them while?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Is that you would do both.
All right, very cool.
So hunting in the forest will give you a +1.
All right, cool. And I have +1 from having a rank in Master of the Hunt already.
All right, so let's find your prey.
There you go.
All right,
Not the best, but
let's see.
now one thing that I don't know when the new talent takes effect, but what Master of the Hunt does is it lets me roll twice and pick.
Too fancy.
Oh, for the prey.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do that. Let's roll twice then. Draw a result and draw a result. Would you like to find a deer or a rabbit, sir?
Oh, I'm definitely in a deer mode.
All right.
You're like, I just had a delicious deer.
All right, let's do our little marksman here to see if we can take the deer down.
That is, come on.
Don't forget you have a magic bow.
Oh, I know. I've got it equipped now.
Seems like an overkill.
Strong start.
Yeah, and it's
Could be a demon deer. You got to be careful.
You never know. And then it may burst into flames.
It might have
And
we know how.
This is
Oscar
actually
will
taking,
immediately go.
Baby deers. Baby monster deers are the worst. You have to get them when they're young.
Yeah. Oscar will just show up next to you out of nowhere, just like baby deer.
So now, Craig, I'm curious because it's got now it is adding a D8 artifact die. Is that from the magical bow?
I believe so. I believe the bow has an artifact die, but you can double check that by going to the description of the bow.
Yeah, I didn't see it on there, which is why I was curious.
Let's take a look here.
Oh wait, hold on. Roll modifiers. No, it just says +1.
This is the magical
artifact bonus is mighty.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, artifact bonus is a D8.
All right, cool. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add for my sharpshooter path or path of the arrow, I'm going to add my second D8.
Dang.
I am, in theory, pretty good at this.
You're getting better at this every day.
So we fell this deer. As a placeholder, that's 3 pelts and 5 meat.
Okay.
If you want that cooked, they'll do it for you. I'll be happy to cook up that meat.
Right. And basically my plan is to donate a share of the meat to help.
Excellent. Excellent. So
upkeep
I forget what the meat to rations ratio is. We can look that up during the break, but and then we can divvy it up from there. But then we can increase our artifact die or our food die from there,
Awesome.
and then just go ahead and add 3 pelts to
Okay.
that. I can do that for you. I can't remember if you guys have access to that or not, but I'll put 1 pelt in there, and then you can bump it up.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
Osric.
I think I want to try to learn fearless.
Hmm.
And like I don't imagine that one practices being fearless. It seems like just a
Just have
sort of
Vasilla jump out at you periodically.
just right.
When I least expect it. For the next
a
4
spooky
days.
So
Kiddo.
but I imagine more like with Sten going off hunting, Vasilla going off and doing her thing, and Silva off doing her thing. I think Osric is really just sort of sitting in his cups and relaying and replaying the things that have happened over the past bit of time, and the things that we were prepared for and weren't prepared for, and what we could have done different, and all those sorts of things, and maybe thinking about Anselm a little bit and how maybe that could have been better handled or whatever, and just sort of replaying all of those scenarios and how this might have been something that we could have prevented had things been different.
Yeah, and facing, it seems like around every corner, you get demon here, demon there, right? And just stealing yourself and rationalizing. I'm good with that. That'll be you'll need a roll for that.
I
Right?
will, unfortunately. Oh no, this is a terrible roll for me to do that, 'cause I only have one die.
Oh,
This is a
You
terrible
should take a
plan.
nap before you do this. You
I
should
should
sleep
apparently
on it.
taken a nap first.
Well, if you want to sleep this quarter day, you can.
Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do.
All right.
so
why don't you go
we'll
ahead and
try not to
sleep
make
this
too much
quarter
room or noise.
All right, so we'll rest first.
day. All right. Perfect.
So, since I'm helping you become fearless, I'm clearly gonna have little ghost baby bears like wake you up in the middle of the night, just like rolling over your head.
Well, that's definitely the thing I'm not afraid of.
Ooh, you murdered me.
So as these 3 hours pass, and the second quarter day taking us to early evening, I would venture to, or 6 hours, I should say. Not 3 hours. Stan, what's it like to kind of get away from everybody, kind of get back in your element a little bit?
It has
Gave
been
you a good spot
long
too.
time. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna owe that guy a haunch. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been out here doing it, and I think I have a hard time admitting it to myself, but I think I kind of miss him
Mm,
a little bit. So I think, once I get it, dressed and everything, and kind of, make a little makeshift draggy thing. I can't think of the proper name of it right now.
it's
A
called a draggy thing.
draggy thing. Yeah, exactly. It's a very complex hunting term. And I think I'm actually looking forward to getting back with my friends, which is not something I would have expected, a few weeks ago.
Or something he'd say out loud.
No, God, no.
How about you, Silva? Spending kind of 5-6 hours away from everybody, kind of lost in yourself a little bit, packing and unpacking.
Oh, I think Silva is very, very happy to be, like indoors in not a home, but in an inn. It's nice. She's very, very at ease right now, which is why she feels comfortable, like undoing the bag and just kind of laying everything out, going through her inventory, trying to stay quiet as Osric gets some sleep. It's nice. It's nice to be in a place.
So the midwife that's kind of showing you the rounds here on what to mix, what not to mix, how to make it so it doesn't make them poop. Anything that you want to know from her?
Yeah. So, how have you guys been making it through the post-mist world? That's we traveled in some towns, and it's pretty bad out there.
Despite the size of this place, it's pretty hard to find. Pa makes sure that we don't make the trails too far outside the forest. You kind of know you have to know how to get here. I think that helps us a good bit. Not a lot of people traveling from the south or the north, where it's not a real high traffic area. Most of them go up to Moonshire. They don't even know about here. And Ma says part of the agreement we got with Moonshire is they don't mention us. And we'll keep making their stuff for them and trading with them. And Ma and Pa run a pretty tight ship. I mean, what you just saw, and she kind of points up at the bar where you were. She goes, "That's not what happens to everybody. Ma makes the call, and either we're full or we're not. And Hem protects us."
Yeah. I wouldn't mind knowing a little more about him. Back home, I think that got lost in the mist for a while and seen some things. I think maybe a little bit of somebody bigger than me looking out for us would be good.
And she's not preaching at you, but she's definitely a believer. And I think one of the big things you take away is her attitude is the gods and the religions are not mutually exclusive. All things can be true, right?
Mhm.
There can be Rust and Hem. There can be Raven and Rust. And, for her, she acknowledges Clay. She acknowledges the Night Stalker. She acknowledges all of them, but she really feels like Hem is what brings good to this world. It makes the ground fertile so things can grow. It keeps the sky going dark and light because we need both, and lots of talk of balance. The one thing that she notes is, unlike some of the other gods, Hem does expect praise and does expect offerings, which leads her into the festival. She tells you that, every couple months Ma decides when, because nobody really knows. Ma's the one that does it. But every couple months, everybody goes all the way down, and she kind of makes this motion all the way down the trunk. And that's where we have our statue of Hem at the temple at the very bottom. And Ma does her thing, and Pa does his thing, and everybody drinks. Cornelius usually passes out before the singing really and dancing really starts, which is a shame because it'd be nice if we had music, but that's fine.
I can help tomorrow then.
And she tells you, even if Hem wasn't real, the festivals are good.
Mhm.
The community comes together. And give me an insight roll.
Yeah. Insight. Roll. I'm not seeing any rolls.
Well, that's on you. You got 2 successes.
Hey, good job, me. Oh, it's because I'm looking at the wrong? No, I don't know, whatever. 2 successes. Good job, me.
You get a hint from her. And not in a, this is a bad thing. It's a very matter-of-fact thing. But you get the strong impression that Ma and Pa run this thing. And when they say run this thing, they run the blacksmith, they run the trade, they run the inn, they run the tree, they run the festival. It is their show. And nothing happens or does not happen unless Ma and Pa are a part of it or have acknowledged it. And again, not in a that sucks. It's just, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, it's a benevolent dictatorship, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. There's no hint of any resentment from her about it. Also, she doesn't gush over Ma either. Just like it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It works.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like the idea of him that above and below and night and sky and balance. My family said there's two sides to every coin a lot, and it's true. There's good and bad out there.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get a couple in Ma, bring it up, and she'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know about him, and then she'll start telling you all the stuff you didn't want to know about him. So you just got to put a copper in her, and she loves talking about it. So if you ever wanted to learn more,
See what I do. I think I accidentally, stepped on a little bit of a line, so hopefully she's not too fussed.
she's easygoing. She has no idea what you're talking about.
Yep. Oh no, I don't. I'm not gonna push it. Yeah, maybe. So are there like gameplay wise? What I was thinking is my dark secret is that I really, really don't like the Goblin Halfling divide. I'm like, do we push this or not? I'm like, yes, we do. So they're
That's as
more
much
close-
time as you want to spend in Dave's brain, just for those of you that don't know Dave. There's a lot of X cards getting ready between Jim and I. Go ahead, Dave. I'm
talk
sorry.
about this. We're supposed to talk about this. So is there a lot of cloaked ones? This stew is good. Is that like part of the Hem priesthood?
I think you've got everything you need. You seem pretty caught up.
Yeah, thank you very much. I
Yeah, if
appreciate
you've
it.
got questions, I'll be around. Pretty busy for the rest of the night, though.
Okay.
You guys are staying for a bit?
Yeah, a couple of days. We'll see you at the festival tomorrow, I guess.
As she starts to walk away, she stops for a second. She comes back to you. And she, in a very loving way, kind of lays her hand on your forearm. She just goes, and walks away. Take a 10-minute break. It was a big surprise for me. I didn't anticipate to like it as much as I did. All right. So we are in the third quarter day. I think we've had a pretty good morning and a pretty good afternoon. And as we reach evening, a couple things I think that you pick up on, and again, at any point, interrupt me. Let me know, if we're doing anything. You see the basket in use, the cage. It's up and down. There's a lot of halflings being brought down, and they're kind of pouring into the inn. And you very quickly figure out by about 6 or 7 o'clock, the equivalent of 6 or 7 o'clock as the sun starts to set. This is the place to be in the evenings. Cornelius gets a little louder, standing instead of sitting. Askin is bringing him refills faster and faster as the evening progresses. And the overall vibe in the place is one of like blue collar happiness. This feeling that these are, kind of salt of the earth people who count themselves lucky for having a tankard of ale and a bowl of stew and friends to talk to. I don't know if the three of you noticed this. Vasily, you noticed this. A lot of gossiping happening. A lot of gas and pointing to like, well, her, and like kind of like, which is a sign of happy halfling, right? Pa kind of wanders in at some point, and you can tell Ma tries to give him the feeling that he kind of runs the show a little bit, but there's nobody questions that. That's a show for Pa. That's Ma's show. And like Ma's in her element here. She's a happy host. She loves that this place is full. She loves that there's laughing. She's fawning over the four of you pretty good too. Vasily, if there was any bruising from your interaction before, that's gone. There's no sign of that now. So yeah, I want to cut to us having a pretty good evening.
All right. I am going to ask
Great.
Ma when she's coming to dote over us and feeling a little less plucky. Would it cause problems if I were to play a little bit and give him a break?
So you see
I don't want
her
to step
kinda-
on toes.
She kind of shifts her weight a little bit, and you can almost see the angel and the devil on each of her shoulders.
And they're both little halflings.
Yeah, she's like, go for it. Okay. But it took us some deliberation on her part.
And some dueling.
How do you feel about a little bit bawdy, or is it all family songs?
We're good.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no kids in here, are there?
Oh yeah, but that and you can kind of see like she kind of age gapped it a little bit, kind of looked around. She's like, that's
Close enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let him drink a little while longer, and then I'll
Night continues. At one point, your yelly friend from the corner stand comes up and man, a few words like, how was it?
You gave good guidance, sir.
What'd you get?
Found a nice 6-point buck. Didn't take long at all.
How many arrows to take her down?
One.
And he keeps eyeing your bow.
Mm-hmm. and I do, just to kind of take some of the sting out of it. Of course, my arrows are a little bigger than yours. No offense.
roundabout size.
Can I? And he's kind of he's pointing at your arrows, not the bow. Can I?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always willing to talk shop.
Pointing it straight and checking the measure.
Mm-hmm.
You making these?
No. Silva here has a supplier. She might
Silva-
have some.
Silva's
she might have
well
some
into
spares in the
another,
wagon.
another mug of ale. Silva's having a great time.
So he's kind of eyeing it back and forth, and he goes,
Mhm.
and he doesn't make eye contact with you. Sylvia goes, so you sell these?
What's that? Yeah, I got arrows on hand.
I assume these crooked ones are cheaper than the straight ones.
I kind of give him a look. It's like I know
you've had a
perfectly
few
well
too
those
many.
are not.
I've had a couple ales. You've had a few too many, sir. I only sell the straightest arrows.
You'll be around tomorrow?
Of course. Or for the next couple days.
And he gently puts it back in there, and he goes, all right, you tonight, look around for some straight ones, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Maybe
I'll
not
check.
first thing in the morning.
I'll check my inventory.
He kind of wanders off.
I'm gonna go up to Cornelius with a beer in either hand. I'll put a beer, give him beer, and say, "Would you mind if I took the stage for a little while? Give you a break? Enjoy one without having to play a song."
I need a manipulation roll. +1 because we're kind of into the evening a little bit.
I'm gonna mark that as a gear. I guess that could be a modifier, but whatever. I still can't see dice roll for whatever reason.
All right, you
one.
got a
We got
success,
one.
no banes. Look at you.
Blind is because I'm blind GM roll, public roll. Why can you not see
Um,
I
rolls?
don't know why you can't see anything.
You just need to do like a hard refresh.
Yeah, I just. Anyway,
So-
keep going.
And he kind of points at your loot a little bit, and he goes, yep. You're new?
Yeah, just came into town today. I'm okay. Not too great, but good enough.
Like, what's your song?
Well, I like the Ballad of the Wandering Five, personally.
Oh, I know that one. I know
Yeah.
that. He has
Yeah?
no idea. Oh yeah. No, I know that one. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to play it? I don't.
Well,
wanna
I'd like to
take-
see how you play it.
Okay.
But just if you play it differently than I do.
Yeah. How many verses do you normally do? Is it do you do
The normal ones.
Yeah, you do all 50 or
Yeah. No. Sometimes I'll do 49. Sometimes I'll do 51.
yeah, it depends on the crowd. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do 50. 50's okay. Like where you're from, do they do 51?
No. By the time you get to 50, either everyone's passed out or you're
Right, because you've done like the 45 and the
Yeah.
40, right?
you know. At 43 gets a little rough in there. Like it always changes
I-
up.
43 was a tough one for me to learn.
Yeah.
I'd really love to see you do that one.
Yeah. I would love to. I will get up on the stage, and
There's no
Yes.
stage. There's a stool.
I will get onto the stool. and
Stage.
I'll start off with a yell, with a oh, and then I'll just like boom.
So a couple things.
Start with eruption.
Get a performance roll ready, and don't forget the gear dice from your instrument. The one thing I'll tell you is you get that ready. It's not affecting your play, but it would be nice if Cornelius was not sitting as close as he is.
Watching your fingers and glaring.
Like a hawk, like a Sten hunting deer. Just
Almost done, Bessie.
okay. Not your best, but definitely not your worst. No Banes. That matters some.
Yep.
I want this roll to matter. What benefit do you think you get from that success? What is something you'd like out of tonight as a result of your play?
I think that I get invited to play the festival. Is what I would like.
Let's see what happens, but that's good. That's good. As you were playing, there's a change in Cornelius. He goes from anxious to relaxed. So you get a sense like he wants to, okay, you're done. You're done. But eventually he kind of starts leaning back a little bit and enjoying it and not watching you to steal, not watching you to learn. But I think you have got a little bit of a fan.
Oh.
And I think he's relaxed a little bit. And one thing that you notice as you kind of look out over the crowd, and I want to imagine just this really lovely din of voices and laughter and talk that's kind of filling this tiny little tavern here. And I don't know what Brevin and Askin are good at, but one thing they are good at is you never see the bottom of your tankard. Right. And just everybody seems to have the next one in front of them. And they seem to find joy. You get a sense that they like being with the adults. And Askin especially, you catch him eavesdropping a little bit to hear what adults talk like. There's one exception to that. You pick up very quickly that the only time Cornelius gets a new tankard is because Ma tells them. And there's a few times where no, bring this to him. So this we don't like Cornelius thing has continued on. He's also getting a little half-eyed as he's watching.
Little glassy.
A little bit.
I'll go at 25. Like, oh, I need a drink, and I look at him and I'm like,
who says no to that?
And I'll go walk over to the boys. I'm like, could I get 2? 1 for me and 1 for the other one, so he doesn't come up and sing again.
Fine.
What?
Asking kind of sloughs off.
Tell me about tomorrow.
Brevin goes, he's being nice to you. He's a jerk.
He's got a jerk. He's got a jerk smile.
Like jerk face, right?
Yeah. It's like a whole bag of jerks.
A pile of jerks in a stupid felt hat.
That's kind of funny though, right?
And he kind of pulls you close and he goes, I think you should stay because you're a lot better. Like,
All right, you're just being nice, but
oh, hey, your words are funny.
thank you. All right, I'll jump back up with my cheers to Ma and Pa and the good life, and then I'll drink some, and then I'll put it down and I'll start it again.
Pa's toasted, by the way. Sloppily trying to help Ma behind the bar. Kind of making of a little bit of an ass of himself. He's had a couple too many. But everybody's being very kind to him, especially Ma. Osric, what is your focus as all of this is happening? We've got, Silva's had some conversations, Sten's had some conversations. I don't get a sense of how you're interacting here.
I think that, Osric is pretty much keeping to himself here. I think there's a lot of revelry and he's not really in a revelry mood.
What mood are you in?
Just pensive, I think, is really the best I can say. A little dark, a little broody. I think he's, if someone talks to him, he'll, chit chat back for a minute, but not super engaged. I do think, every once in a while he'll ask for another bowl of stew or another ale.
Neither of which get old.
But I think he's just sort of half listening to conversations around him and just sort of thinking about the world and stuff.
Do you imagine yourself at a table somewhere, kind of staying up there at the bar near Ma, or where do you kind of think you are?
I imagine myself at the bar, sort of in that near the kitcheny space. You know what I mean? Like,
so like at the end of the bar, like the quote unquote service bar, right? So there's
Yeah.
Brevin and Askin coming up all the time, making sure you've got enough. And you've had a couple of different people sitting next to you. Get up, get down. Tables have moved. There's now dancing happening. Everybody's really
as
having
you
a
do
good.
when Vasila plays.
Yeah, everybody's having a really good time. Generally speaking, when the people like switch seats next to you, it was, finished my third tankard, had my second bowl, probably need to call it a night, kind of thing. And they kind of get up and it sits there empty for a little while. The man sitting next to you has a half full tankard of ale and just started the stew. And you see him quickly gathering both. No, yep. And kind of like leaves. And is very quickly replaced by an older halfling. Not Pa old, but old.
Uh-huh.
Sits down, doesn't ask. Ma makes sure that he's got stew. Ma makes sure he has a tankard. Kind of catching him out of the corner of your eye. This has to be Burno. And the reason it has to be Burno is you can see that his left eye, at one point he turns, so you're to his right. You don't notice it at first. Is grown over. So whatever eye injury he's had obviously happened a very long time ago because the skin has grown over. And he has one eye and he doesn't have a patch or anything. The skin has healed completely over it. Short but cordial words with Ba. And, kind of keeping to himself, but not putting off a bad vibe. Okay. But not a, hey, let's talk about the Bruins
let's
type of vibe either.
Big Bruins fans here.
Insert local sports team here.
I think one of the things we'll say is, "Oh, if I'm in your space, please let me know, and I'll move over."
Kind of looks you up and down a little bit. Got a lot of steel on you.
I do.
Did you guys get in?
This morning, actually.
Ma, get your room.
Silva worked it out with her. Yes, we'll be here a few nights.
Silva.
The half elf. In her cups.
Looks like she's had some ale.
Indeed.
Pretty enough. So, what's your take on all this?
All this.
This.
The town seems nice. Ma seems to run a pretty tight ship.
Feeling close to Ma?
I wouldn't say that. She seems nice enough.
He kind of just stops talking to you.
Okay.
Kind of scraping the bowl with a spoon and is willing to let a little bit of time pass. Stan and Silva, do we have any goals tonight? Are we just going to, God forbid, enjoy ourselves with a roof over our head and a warm fire and full stomachs and a little bit of a buzz?
Yes, and I kind of have a thought where I kind of want to try to weasel into training another skill, if you'll allow it.
I thought for a minute you were going to weasel into the kitchen,
Right.
and I was like, "Oh, please
You
don't."
take
Oh
drunkard
no,
level
absolutely
3?
not. No.
Go for it. Do
Back
it.
in the bag.
Do it.
No. I want to try to learn quick draw, and I'm thinking Silva
interesting.
gets involved in a darts game.
Yes.
There's some halflings playing darts, and she is half drunkenly trying to like put the darts in her belt and like draw them and throw them quickly.
I love that. The only thing is that you start to play with them, and at some point, some older lady comes back and she pushes you backwards and draws a new line for you to throw from. And she looks up and she goes, "You're not fooling me."
I'm wiping these young halflings so that my arm is halfway to the target by the time I'm hitting it. All right, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
spend
fair,
the XP.
fair is fair.
I think a night of darts will
Yeah.
definitely help you with quick draw.
Excellent.
Crotchety old lady too, man. She's like, "You're not fooling me."
And by the time I even out, because all the copper I want, I lose from my further perch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stan, anything else you want to accomplish
Well,
tonight?
I was actually, if you don't mind, I wanted to do like a little bit of a flashback
I would love that.
to when I came back to town with the deer. Is there like a back door to the inn, like a kitchen door?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think what I would have done, because I'm not gonna take this bloody deer carcass in through the front door. That would be rude. So I think I'll just kind of go around back and knock on the back door.
So you knock on the back door, and the door opens, and we see Nook.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Nook sees you, Nook slams the door.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like within 10 seconds, Brevin shows up and opens the door and says, "You did good."
Yeah, no, I hope I didn't scare your sister, is it, Nook?
Yeah, no, she's not a talker.
Okay. No, that's fine. I
And I don't know
I
if-
didn't want to
She gets scared.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm big.
Yes.
I'm big and cranky. I get it. Yeah, so I just didn't know where you wanted me to put this, or if you have a space inside to hang them, or a drying shed, or
You can take it all. You can take it right around here. And he kind of steps out, kind of points you around, explains to you there's a cleaning station for cleaning game. You're welcome to use. There's a smokehouse if you want it. You're welcome to use the drying house as well. But yeah, it tells you that all the facilities are just around the corner past the inn.
okay. I mean, I don't say this to him, but I don't honestly know much of what needs to be done after, immediately dressing it. So I'll probably just sort of, hang it up and lay out the hides and let someone who knows what they're doing figure out the rest.
Yeah, let's have a younger halfling woman there compliment you on it. Says didn't see a 10 point when you were out there.
I wasn't going to stay out too long.
That's good. That's a good size stag. Good size stag. She lingers a bit.
Like keeping an eye on me, or
no, kind of like
you should pay her.
I'm real happy to hang this for you if you'd like.
Sure. I mean, I have no idea what the value of that labor would be, but I'm sure Sten does.
Yeah, Sten. I think Sten, if you threw her a copper, it would put a huge smile on her face.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be glad to do that.
Oh, and she acts like
I'll probably
surprise. She's like, thank you.
I mean, I'll probably hang it because it's easier for me to reach the hook, but I'll let her do the rest of it.
All right. And she lets you know, asks you, do you want it dried out? What do you want to do? And so on and so forth. But she'll take care of it.
And I'll tell her that, I'm going to donate some of it to Ma for the next batch of stew, and we'll dry the rest of it.
Perfect. Anything else you want to do in this flashback?
No, that was really it.
So Bruno's had a couple more sitting next to you, Cirque. And Ma comes over and she goes, "You got 3 in you?" And he kind of pushes the bowl towards her. Oh, no. And he kind of puts his hand on the top of the bowl, indicating, "No, I'm good. I'm good." And she goes, "Okay." And she turns to you, Osric, and she goes, "You good?" And the way she's saying it is he bothering you? Right? She's like, "You good?"
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you much. The ale is delightful, and the stew is wonderful.
Okay. You let me know if you're not.
Of course.
She wanders off. It's where you all been traveling. Cold open, doesn't walk into it, just ask you a question.
Oh, we've been around. We've been here and there, out by Amber's Peak, through.
Good trade from Amber's Peak.
Yes, nice folks. Travel near the mines of words that Jim forgets, but Osric won't forget.
Stone Loom?
Yeah.
Stone, yeah.
That's the one.
Did you go in the mines?
For a bit.
Not a whole lot of people I talk to that say they went in and out.
I could imagine.
You must be pretty good with that. And he kind of indicates to your sword.
I'm fair.
You meeting good people out there?
A few here and there.
A lot of times things aren't what they seem, are they?
Certainly true. How have the people been who you've run into here?
Don't travel much. Mostly just traders coming up to my shop and, trying to cheat me. Trying to get me to buy stuff for more than it's worth and trying to get me to sell stuff for a lot less than it's worth. And, no offense or nothing, but your kind tends to be the worst about it. But, you, I don't know how to put this. A man with that much steel on his head and shoulders and around his belt, what drives a man like you?
To draw steel, you mean?
I'm just talking in life. What drives a man like you?
Well, I'd say it's to protect our homes, keep them safe.
So people are talking that you guys are north of Hollows.
Yes, that's true.
So
North
how's
of-
being down here protect your home?
Well, we're looking for trade routes since the mists have opened, to hopefully bring more prosperity to the town.
Well, you can mark Root Home on your route if you want. Just don't be sharing it. The only
Of
people
course.
that know about Root Home are people I tell about Root Home.
Of course.
You gotta be careful. Because I think this place is special.
It seems that way.
Anybody ever hire you? You ever
on
do stuff for
occasion.
coin?
Oh, it's happened. We've taken coin for jobs. Do you have work?
Nope. Not saying that. Not saying that. Just trying to get a measure. That's all. Think you're a good judge?
Maybe not me, but Basila's a good judge.
Kind of looks back over. She's playing. Maybe I should talk to her then. He stops talking.
No.
I will take us to night time if you guys want.
I think Silva's quite ready for a nap.
Yeah, Silva may already be in night time.
So speaking of winding down, obviously as the evening progresses, the families tend to leave. The young couples then tend to leave. The people that are married to the ale, are sticking around. I'd like to get a sense of where Vasilla. When does Vasilla stop playing? Does she? Is she gonna stick it out for the rest of the night?
I'll stop when I notice that Silva's about done.
Okay.
I think I'll
And what's done? What tells Silva she's done?
I don't think Silva gets ugly about it, especially after the darts game. I think the darts game gives her some time to like clarify a little bit, and then eventually she's probably just sitting near the fires, kind of like almost dozing off a little bit. Got that happy buzz going, and just kind of.
Okay. It's the nodding that tells Vasilla that Silva's close to done. How about you, Sten? Where as the phases of people leaving to go to bed happen, where does Sten fall on that?
I think, part of Sten is still suspicious because Sten. So I think there's a certain amount of time of just sort of, watching, just trying to sense if there's anything going on. But no, this looks like people are just kind of finishing up their night and, going to bed and having a few drinks. And I think the prospect of sleeping in a bed again kind of calls to him. And I think, I think before it gets too late, he's ready to finish that last ale and head up.
Would you go up before? Would you wait for any of your of the other three
I
to go up,
mean,
or would you go up first?
Seeing Vasilla's state, I would probably do like I'm getting ready to head upstairs. You done?
yeah. Are my friends like? Are you guys? Well, obviously, Silva's enjoying themselves. You're like neutral, which is a sight better than
Hostile.
hostile.
Wow. Okay.
Neutral. Good
Yeah.
for Sten.
Good
Right.
start.
How are you doing, Ostric? Did you seem to settle in and have a good night, or did you stay kind of pensive and standoffish and just kind of
I think he's
moody?
pretty moody and standoffish for the majority of the evening. I don't think at any point he's partying with folks. Again, I think he would hit small talk with people as they would go back and forth they asked a question about where he's from or where he's been or anything like that. But definitely not, partying here.
Yeah. Then I'll finish up when you're like, when Sten, the adult in the room's like, going to bed. I'm like, all right, we'll grab Silva and I'll finish on up, and I'll say good night. First, and he's. I'm assuming that Cornelius is like passed out already.
Oh
so,
yeah. Oh god, yeah. No, you're outlasting Cornelius is an easy thing to do. So it sounds like the four of us are kind of wrap up together.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
Vasila will make sure that no one goes to the room by themselves, and will excuse herself quickly from the stage if necessary.
If anybody like asks about a tab or anything, Ma says we'll figure it out later. Vasila, that's code for I'm gonna milk you. But that's fine. That's normal behavior, right? Like that's not.
Yeah, she's running the company town.
Yeah.
I got
during the kind of milling around, kind of wrapping things up a little bit, you ready to go to bed and stuff. Verno gets up from next to Osric, kind of wanders off to a table at one point. And Vasily, you get a strong, slightly unnerving series of eye contact with him. He's looking at you the whole time. But he's not like one of those people that when you look at him, he turns away. He keeps a steel eye on you. But not in an intimidating way or anything. But he wants you to know he sees you and wants you to know that.
Mm-hmm. I'll give
him you also know that him and Osric have been kind of periodically chit-chatting at the bar.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I was up on a stool is because that gave me a good view of the room.
There's a ton of drama at this town. You figured that out. Tons of drama.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, so I guess, so my performance wants to get in there, but like part of me is definitely like, I want to clock everyone in this place because I do not trust them. And I think that my friends are going to fall for the foolish, like, oh, we're shuckster charm bullshit that halflings do. And I'm like,
and I'll tell you that makes Burno a little bit different because he's not playing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes him stand out
a little bit. Maybe he lost that with his right eye or left eye.
I'll give him I'll see him. I won't talk to him. I'll give him the little bit of like the double take stare, like the like.
And he gives you a nod, like yes.
Okay.
It doesn't stop staring at you.
Yeah. Then I will like, hey, Silva, you want to go check on the one on Thunder Cloud real quick with me?
Yeah, that sounds great. A little bit of fresh air.
We'll be right back, boys.
Okay. Kind of watch him go. Don't say anything.
Silva's got a bit of a sway to her walk, but she's mobile.
Are you cashing in, Vasila?
Yeah, I'm going to cash in. I think I'd like to walk outside, just like check our stuff, right? Make sure that like it is tied down. That Thundercloud is like where he's supposed to be, just like a good night thing. And if I get stopped by anyone, it's like, oh, she just loves the old guy. And when she gets like this, she has to, like she won't go to bed till she pets the donkey, and I'm tired.
You're not wrong.
Let's cut to the stables then. As you're legitimately checking your stuff, which I think is a fair thing to do before the night in a strange place happens. Silva's leaning on you a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And you're startled. She's had a few.
Yeah. It's been a long road.
He wasn't trying to scare you, but he's leaning up against a post in the stables. You didn't hear him approach, but he wasn't trying to scare you.
Mhm.
Your sword guy said she's a bit of a traitor.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll talk to you tomorrow when she's back to feeling a person.
I was gonna say, am I out of earshot?
No, you're in earshot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, hi. Yo, you must be the merchant. Burno.
Bruno
Yes.
Curios, fourth
Yes.
branch.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I would love to talk to you tomorrow. I have many goods, and I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
And Silver,
Several
you're
things.
stoned. Like you are high,
Yeah.
but you also feel very measured. Like Bruno is like taking it all in. Any information he could use later, he's taking it in now.
Oh man,
And he is locked and loaded for tomorrow when you show up at his shop. He's getting ready. And you've seen that look before. This is a pro, right? This is a Silva level trader that you're encountering. He's trying to be casual, but he's not being real casual. So he kind of scratches his beard and a little bit, scruff on his neck, and he goes, "Got a minute?"
She'll be with the donkey for a second or two, saying her good nights, and I'll kind of like send you over. It's over there.
Yeah, you take care of your halfling business. I've got Thundercloud. Give him a little brush.
And when he feels like you're out of earshot of Silva, kind of looks you over and he goes, "Feels like you're traveling with some dangerous people."
It's a dangerous world.
Your steel man there is kind of being a little bit funny about what drives him, and couldn't quite sort out what makes a man like that draw steel and what makes a hunter there pull a bow on something that ain't game. Just wondering whether you can make an old man feel better tonight, as I go to bed with strangers around here.
Have you do you ever had reason to draw steel or bow against anything?
I'm a shopkeeper.
Hmm.
Just like to know who I'm sleeping near.
Well, feel the same way, but there's a whole tree of folk I don't know. So
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know how to be any more direct, so I'm just going to say it. You guys just draw steel to survive, just draw steel for money, just draw steel for
No.
justice. Kind of where do you fall?
never drawn steel for money. Don't see that we ever will. In fact, I suspect our pleasures would turn if someone tried to offer us for just to buy us for something we didn't believe in. But there's a lot of bad out there.
There's a
And,
lot of bad. A lot of bad out there.
But there's two sides to every coin, and we're aiming to be on the other side of that one.
A lot of bad in here.
Yeah. People seem like they're, chatty, but
I like your coin thing.
mhm.
That's clever because it's one coin and there's one side and then you turn it over and it's still the same coin, but there's two sides to it. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that. You're safe here. You're good. At some point, I'm anticipating she's gonna come up and try to cheat me. You if you want to flip the root home coin over to the other side, you should come up with her.
All right. I'm, our folk have a way with those things. I'm interested to see what's happening here.
And I don't want you misunderstanding what I'm saying here. There ain't no locks on the doors, and we don't need locks on the doors.
Mhm.
Right? You understand me? You guys
Yeah.
are safe tonight.
Yeah.
But just come up with her tomorrow.
All right.
Let's go to credits.
From a band of heroes bold, stand the hunter versus the fair, with tales of glory told, all circle with his mighty blade, frostbite of demonic hue, and silver half-elf merchant king, their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Raven's land they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams, with courage as their banner and hearts forever true.
Not even used to being less than one demon. All right, we're back. So very different episode than we've had in a good bit. Really enjoyed the travel that we've been doing. It was nice to kind of re-engage with that and play with that, especially to have something as engaging as a random encounter as the Wizard's Tower was. I felt like we kind of like jumped back into Forbidden Lands and got to play the game a little bit. So this is a site. This is actually not made by Free League. This is a site that's fan made. And
Ooh.
I feel bad. Well, actually, I've got it here. Let's give credit where credit's due. Give me just 1 second. Because this is a good one. I think of all, I've bought an obscene amount of fan made sites, as I am wont to do. This is the one that became top of my list. Where are my credits here? So whoever I'm about to credit, you should make it easier for me to find your name. And it's somebody I've kind of casually interacted with too back in the days of Twitter.
Lee Ironside.
No, I'll look it
That's
up.
the
and I will
name
give-
on Drive Through RPG.
What is it
but yeah.
again?
Lee Ironside.
God, I remember it being different, but that's right. And that's Root Home.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So credit. Because of all of the sites I've read, and there are probably like 6 or 7 non-Free League created sites that have been scattered around my map of Free League, or of Ravens Land. This is the one that I wanted the most, especially as we started seeing the Vasilla storyline kind of emerge and Vasilla's attitudes towards other halflings, and that became kind of its own thing. I'm like, God, I really hope that they come down to the Dark Forest. And it was, when I was building out the map, it was strategically kind of on the way to Vale of the Dead, so I stacked
Well,
the deck
probably
a
for
little
all
bit.
this. Yep.
Yeah, I stacked the deck a little bit. But again, what thing that's cool is that it was very possible that a southeast could have been a southwest, and it wouldn't have happened, which is neat. So for those of you, that are interested in what I'm running here, it's ROOT Root and then HOLME on Drive Through. Just buy it. It's worth it, even if you never run it. It's very, very good. But it's got a different feel to it. We were saying during the break, like, this is different. I kind of did my check-in with my players, and it seemed like everybody was having a good time, which is good. Dave's going to be last, so let's start with Nate. Nate, thoughts? We don't have to talk about the thoughts about the game anymore. Thoughts about Root Home?
I'm excited. There's clearly there's a lot going on here with all these halflings, and again, if we don't leave this place a burning shamble, then mission accomplished. I'm excited, yeah. And this merchant character seems interesting and will be interesting to deal with, especially for Silva. So we'll see how all this pans out with the festival coming tomorrow.
When did you feel the most in the game? When were you Silva?
Probably at the point where we're partying, because Silva's just kind of distracting herself a little bit too, just because we're all dealing with our traumas in different ways, and Silva's just I'm here, I'm with these people, I'm having a good time, I'm not thinking about all that.
I am relatively safe, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna get my
I'm in
drink
a
on.
town.
Yep.
I can purchase things that I need. I am a happy lady.
Yeah, and it was important to me to point out things that are interesting, but I didn't because so my job as a Forbidden Lands GM has accomplished because the four of you are super skeptical, right? So I've done my work because that's kind of how you should feel traveling anywhere and seeing anything in Forbidden Lands. It's part of a part of the game and of the setting. Um, and it's why I may have been a little bit over the top in doing what you kind of shouldn't do, which is tell your players how they're feeling. But I just wanted to make it clear that this isn't like First Retreat, right? If you remember, if you go all the way back, you guys were like, you were green and young, and I made it really clear, like, this place is fucked up before you realized that it was fucked up. And I'm being as over the top here as well. There is just nothing here that outside of the last exchange that we just had that gives any indication that this place isn't exactly what it seems. Um, so what are you wishing for, Nate? You've kind of leaked it a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I think interacting with Burno is going to be interesting. I think he's kind of our in character. It seems. I'm very interested to see how the festival goes.
I realized I didn't think about this.
It's
During the break.
immediate. It's like
During the break,
oh,
they're like,
no.
we're not participating in this festival. And I'm like, oh god, I saw the
Oh
last
god, it's
festival you
happening again.
participated in. Led to dragons. No,
Yeah.
that's true.
Hmm.
That's true. How about for you, Brian? Thoughts about what's
Um,
going on here and what's interesting, and then
I think this
Start.
is one of the rare cases when Brian is more suspicious than Sten.
interesting.
Because I think Sten is like, he senses that things are a little odd here, but it's also a lot of it is like, well, they're halflings, so they do things a little bit different, and that's probably just what I'm feeling. And Vasilla doesn't seem nervous because we
That's a
haven't
good
talked
point.
about it yet. So, it's probably fine. Whereas Brian, like I mentioned during the break, I'm just not sure if we're in the Wicked Man or Midsummer because we're here, oh, outsiders have come just in time for the festival, wink. So it's like I'm
Crazy how
slightly
that works.
terrified at what may be happening here.
Do any of you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that you are slightly annoyed with that we could separate you and make you
I also, and this is just a passing thing I thought of, and it's probably not anything different, but I just thought it was really interesting that, like the village leaders are just Ma and Pa, and the pony is Pony. Like at a certain point, they just ran out of names for things. So that's probably just Brian being paranoid, but I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I'm very interested in seeing where this takes us. My favorite
favorite
moment it was probably watching Silva get hammered because I think that is entirely appropriate. But yeah, this kind of brought me back almost to the time like when we were exploring the Hollows, when it's like there's all these people and there's clearly a lot of subtext going on in this town that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting to see it all play out from the outside as we're trying to work our way in. So I'm really enjoying it.
Really interesting insight, Brian, because that made me kind of think here for a second. That is kind of a neat byproduct of the adventure site structure, because when I look at all of the quote unquote villages that are associated with Forbidden Lands, they're all adventure sites as much as a dungeon or a castle or things like that. There is kind of this political social drama that is in each one of these sites.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right? I grew up in a small town. I know what a village operates like.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
No, that's a really good point. And it's something I had not thought about, but it is pretty consistent. When you get a village adventure site, you're like, where's the drama? Who doesn't like somebody who, that's
Yeah, spill the tea.
Yeah. What are you wishing for?
Yeah.
What are you wishing for, Ryan?
I just want to poke more into this and see what else we got coming up, because I'm sure that whatever it is, we're gonna, if it's not already interesting enough, we're gonna make it interesting, and it's probably already interesting.
Nobody is doubting that whatsoever. Jim.
Yes. This was great. Gosh, so many things. So like the slight mistrust between like Burno and Ma, like what's going on there? Like that's neat. um, I love the little insights into the relationship between Ma and Pa. I think that was really a fun moment.
That worked for you.
Yeah, I think that, like this idea of this couple that's clearly running this whole show, but it's really like, well, no, she's running the show and he helps. And I think their interactions were good. Um, uh, yeah, I think like that's what I got. I love how I love Vasila's evolution in just this like since the reawakening is
The
so
reawakening, you've titled it.
well, you know what I mean? Like she woke back up and now it's like there's like this new Vasila and it's so very different from old Vasila. Whereas like even like this little hint of singing is like the closest glimpse that we've had of like what Vasila was before, but then there's I'm gonna train in the poisoner, right? Which is like dark Vasila
Yeah.
and the I don't trust any of these people. We need to check on all of our things. Dark Vasila. And that's super interesting. As well. Yeah, so those are my cool moments.
Wishes.
I am wishing that we get to lead a goblin revolution of some kind.
Oh Jesus.
like I want to know more about the little goblin girl in her little
Yep,
hooded
yep.
outfit. I think like whatever's going on there.
I love that everybody is convinced that there's a goblin under that hood. I love that.
1000% that's a goblin. There's no way that's not a goblin.
Brian, you're muted.
You're still
I think
muted,
maybe
Brian.
she's just an albino.
Oh, there you go. See?
She's definitely a goblin.
All right. All right, Dave.
Yeah, I thought
What the hell's going on here?
So I think it's a company town, at least, right?
What's that mean?
So I think she's putting them all into debt constantly, and they have to work for her. Is at least part of that. I think it's super. I found it really interesting, and I think you do a really good job of being like little backbitey, like they're into like backbitey, gossipy people because
You
I'm
can catch a
not
10
great at being gossipy, and I'm
Oh.
like that should be part of halflings, and I enjoy that you are doing a good job of it. I enjoyed poking the bear about goblins a couple times for a light early forays, because that will be poked more because I'm with Jim on maybe not Goblin Revolution, but certainly like we gonna find out some things, you know.
But what does it tell you that if Nook is in fact a goblin, that Nook is out in the open as much
Right,
as she is?
and
What does
she's
that mean?
and it's during the day, right? So
Right.
like normally the night walkers don't do that, and so it means I think that Ma has enough power to get it done,
Hmm.
right? I think that's something. I think there's only one sister and two brothers. That's suspicious.
Mhm.
I
'Cause
think
we'd expect 4 total, right?
right because every birthing has two,
Bears.
Yeah.
which is the coolest little bit of fluff in the Forbidden Lands to me. Is that like this like one thing is like oh weird. Um, so I think there's some mystery there that I want to know. I want to know about, right? And like the company town, is it good or bad? We'll see what Burno has to say. Like what that kind of like how dark is the dark side of it, right? Because that'll change how much Vasil cares to try to just de-establish order.
Mhm.
But Yeah, but the real bit to me is like her race literally murders half of their children.
Well, they don't murder them. So let's clarify that a little bit. What they do is if goblins give birth, they give birth to twins in our Forbidden Lands. And just to be clarify, this is slightly different than what's in the book. In the book, they talk about how like that can happen. They can have twins.
Ah,
And when they do have twins, it's one goblin, one halfling. And that's when a
got it.
goblin gives birth as well as when a
Swap.
halfling gives birth. I loved it so much. I'm like, I think it happens every time.
Yeah.
And there's just kind of this intrinsic understanding between goblins and halflings. Like, if you get pregnant, we'll take your halfling. If we get pregnant, you take our goblin. So it's not that they kill them, but there is definitely, and it's not even. So when we talk about like a social structure, halflings definitely are above goblin.
Yeah, it's Morlocks and Eloy's kind of style of
Yeah,
Mm.
and your killing isn't necessarily wrong either because they are forgotten, right? So when halflings give birth, they keep the halfling and that is not my child.
Mhm.
That is of you, right? So you're not that far off, but I wanted to clarify there's no murdering happening necessarily.
They're not
I
bears.
Yeah, they're not baby bears. I think that I am convinced, maybe because of the mental assault on me, that that is in fact what occurs.
And it's not that it's not occurred, right?
Right.
And you also lived in a village that did not
We
acknowledge the
didn't have
goblin
anyone to.
population,
We had no
right?
goblins to take them.
I've never met a goblin, but that's not true.
Correct.
I knew my baby brother for a little while, right? And then whatever forced the baby brother to go away in my parents' relationship or society or whatever, I was very hurt by it. But I knew my brother and played with him enough that I have like
Yes.
a mental image of Jebby. And so I think, you know, whatever. The same euphemism they used for like the dog not with us anymore is like the Steve,
100%.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and so Vassy believing that they kill goblins is not out of order.
right. So I'm looking for my part of the reason am on this quest originally. I started off with what the heck is like I want to go find the goblins, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm going to try to find the goblins. So like, like, well, there's a whole crew of people here, then they got to exist somewhere. So I think that'll be
Every single MFing halfling here has a sibling.
right. Exactly. Every single one of
Got
us,
to be somewhere.
right?
Has or had.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to know because like I don't think there was a lot of halflings in our town. I don't in Oakenheart. I think there was like 2 families, 3 families,
Yeah,
whatever.
I
Not
think
a
we
lot,
kind of talked about it like it was a small group, right?
right?
Yeah,
Because it wasn't
you
that
were
big of a
definitely
town
the
to start with,
minority. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that's what I'm interested in, and I think poking it as a societal level while we're it's like the first time I haven't cared about our overarching arcing quest as like a primary moving forward to me. Like saving the world was the whole point, and right now that is not the point to Vassy.
Nice.
There's been something that's been bugging Vassy for possibly her entire life. And we just gave you 2 tickets to Disney World.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's really interesting. Yeah. All right. So Saturday, we go back to Trail of Cthulhu. So make sure you watch us on Saturday. If you've been not watching Trail of Cthulhu, you should, because it's very, very good. And then we vanish. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Everybody but Nate. Someday Nate might be worthy, but everybody but Nate lives not close enough to come camping. So Camping for Gamers is coming up. So we'll be gone and dark for a week, and then we'll be back. Walked into tonight understanding the town, all the NPCs, did not know how things would unfold, could not be happier. This was awesome. Nice. Cheers all. Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.